Okay, polynomial word problems. So number one, John has $36 in a savings account. He plans on depositing $20 into the account each month and not taking any money out of the account. Write a function rule that will give the total amount he has in the account T after any number of months N. So on number one, the first thing I want you to do is circle write a function rule. That's what it's telling you to do. So we're going to circle that. That's what it wants you to do, write a function rule. The next thing we have to decide is what it wants to be a function rule about. So we keep reading. Write a function rule that will give the total amount that he has in his account. And they say to use the letter T. So we're going to put a T for total amount. So we're writing a function rule for the total. And we're going to put an equals. All right? So it's the total amount that he has. Well, how much money did John start with? Good. So we're going to put a 36 right here. So he started with $36. What else did John do to get his total? What else is John doing?
He put $20 in.
Good. Please circle this word deposits and put a plus with it. The word deposits always means to add. Whenever you see the word deposits, then you are going to add. All right? Deposits means to add. So I'm going to put a plus. And he's adding $20. Is he adding the $20 only one time? No. He's doing it each month. So I have to put an M or an N. Sorry, it says to use an N on this one. Because I don't know how many months he's going to do this. So whenever you don't know, you put a letter. So he's doing it $20 per month. So we put a letter. Okay, and that's our answer. That's it. Okay, write a function rule. Looks like that. All right, next one, number two. Suzanne was given $100 for a graduation gift. She also got a job this summer babysitting for $15 per hour. Assuming she doesn't spend any of the money, write a function rule that will give the total amount she has A after any number of hours H babysitting. Blake, what's something I should circle? What's it asking me to do? Good, so I'm going to circle that first. Nadia, what am I writing a function rule about? Good. What letter do they want you to use for the total amount? Good. So I'm going to put A equals. Okay? Ashley C., how much does Suzanne start with? Good, so I put 100. Devin, what else is happening to Suzanne's money? Good, so are we adding the 15 to her money or subtracting it? Adding it. And Devin, it says 15 per hour, so what do I have to put? Very good. All right, and that's my answer. That is my function rule, 100 plus 15H. Raise your hand if you have a question. All right, number three. The local cable company in Walnut Cove charges $120 activation fee for all new accounts. They also charge $45 per month for cable service. Write a function for the charges C after any number of months M of service. All right, Stephen, what is it asking me to do? Good, so I'm going to circle that. Caitlin, what am I writing a function for? Good. The charges. So C is what I'm starting with. I'm writing a function for the charges. Summer, what's the first thing they charge you? Good. So they're only charging you that one time to activate your account. Molly, what else? So are they going to add that to your charges or take it away? Good. And how do I write that? 45? Good, because it's per month. When y'all see per month or each month, you need to put a letter beside it. Number 4, Sam earned $3,000 this summer working in his dad's store. His parents are making him pay for his car insurance. He will have to pay $60 each month. Write a function of how much money Sam has M, given that he's paying car insurance each month M. Andrew, what should I circle? What does it want me to do? Odin, what am I writing a function for? How much money Sam has. So keep that in mind, guys. We're seeing how much money Sam has. Ashley, B, how much does he start with?
3.
Good. Blake, what else happens to Sam's money? Ah, very good, Blake. Why is it minus? Very good, Blake. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't say it any better than that. Any questions on that one? Okay. Number 5. Fitness United Gym charges a $100 initiation fee plus $25 per month for membership. Muscles R Us charges a $75 initiation fee plus $30 per month for membership. Write a function that represents the difference in cost between a Fitness United membership and a Muscles R Us membership for M months. All right, anybody, tell me what's going on that's a little different about this one. Very good. They're comparing two different things. What are the two things we're comparing? Good. So let's start by looking at each one separately. We'll do Fitness United and then Muscles R Us, and then we'll compare them. Mateen, what can you tell me about Fitness United? What else? So we'll start with 100, and then we'll add the 25 per month. So we'll put 100 plus 25M. Anybody have a question about that first step? Okay. Abby, tell me about Muscles R Us. What can I write for that? Okay, what else? What do I have to put beside the 30? Guys, you have to put a variable or it will be counted wrong because it's per month. So you have to put, you can put a different letter if you wanted to, but you have to have a variable, okay? All right, anybody, what are they wanting you to do next? Very good. They want you to write a function, so that's important, but this time they want it to represent the difference. Does anybody remember from middle school what difference is? Subtract. Okay, so go ahead and circle that on your paper and put a subtraction sign. Okay, so put this bottom one in parentheses, and we're going to put a minus out front. So put the bottom one in parentheses and minus out front. Now here's where you have to remember the thing from yesterday. When there's a minus in front, what happens to both of these? Both of them change. So I changed this to a positive. The 75 becomes, and the 30 becomes, both of them. So that's what's important to remember today. They both become negative. Okay, so I'm going to draw my line. And now I'm going to combine like terms. So what goes with the 100? Good. And what kind of 75 is it? Which is the same thing as subtracting it. So what's 100 minus 75? Good. 25 and negative 30. You know it's going to be negative because the 30 is bigger. Oh, and you have to put an M next to it. That one has an M. That one has an M. So this one needs an M. Okay. What's another way that you could write that answer? Negative 5M plus 25. 5 has to be negative. All right, any questions on that one? All right. Number 6, Sprint charges $35 per month for cell phone service plus 10 cents per minute for phone calls. Verizon charges $50 per month but only charges 5 cents per minute for phone calls. Write a function that represents the difference in cost between Sprint and Verizon. All right, so Destiny, what are the two things I'm comparing? Between what two? Good. Okay, this one you really have to think critically about it because it says 35 per month and it also says 10 cents per minute. So you have to be careful on this one. When you get a cell phone bill, how often do you get a cell phone bill?
Every month.
Every month. So at the end of the month, you get a bill. If they charge $35 per month on that bill, how many times are they going to charge you $35? No, just on that one bill. They're just going to charge you once. So all you have to do is put the 35 one time. Now, per minute, are you going to talk more than 1 minute? Does the amount you talk change every month? Yes. So we're going to put plus 10 cent M. Because we know we're going to get the bill at the end of the month. So we know we're only paying that $35 one time. Now what we don't know is how many minutes we're going to talk. So that's why we're putting an M here. Because we don't know how many minutes. Okay? All right. Tyler, what do you think I'd put for Verizon?
0.05.
Okay. Mateen, what does it want you to do next? Good. What word tells you to subtract? Very good. So difference means to subtract them. Actually, see, what's one thing I need to do to subtract them? What I want you to do with this? So we'll put it in parentheses, and we'll put a minus out front. And Odin, what happens when there's a minus in front of parentheses? Very good. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a chart for this one because that one's a little tricky. So positive 35, negative 50. Which one moves? Move it, lose it, so I subtract. So I'm going to have to borrow. That becomes a 4. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 3 is 1, and it is negative. Okay. Andrew, 10 cent minus 5 cent. Good, and it's positive. And Andrew, what do I have to write beside a 5 cent? Good. So that's your answer. All right. Number 7, in Walnut Cove, there are 2 painting companies, Lovejoy Painting and Bachtastic. The cost for painting X rooms by Lovejoy Painting is represented by the function f of x equals 10 plus 5x. Bachtastic's cost are represented by the function g of x equals 6x plus 7. Write a function that represents the total cost for both companies painting X number of rooms. Anybody, what's something that I should circle? Good, write a function. What am I writing a function about on this one? Very good. When I go to Walmart and I get Mega Stuff Oreos and Cheetos and I go up to the front and the cashier gives me my total, what is the cashier doing? She's putting them together. She is adding them. So when you see total cost, it wants you to add them. It wants you to add them. Blake, what 2 things am I adding? Good. So he's already skipped to the functions, but I'm adding Lovejoy and Bachtastic. Those are the 2 things I'm comparing. So Destiny, what does it give you for Lovejoy? It already gives you the function. What is it? So the only part we need is the 10 plus 5x. We don't need that f of x. Nadia, what do they give you for Bachtastic? Okay, and because it said total cost, I'm adding. Tyler, do you change your signs when you're adding? No. Okay. All right, so guys, we have to be careful on this one. Do I add 10 and 6x? Good. I add 10 and the, which is? And I add the 5x and the, which is 11. Greg and Mara, those are my parents. They both own taxi cab companies. Greg's company charges a $8 pickup fee plus $2 per person. Mara's company only charges $3 per person. Write a function that shows the difference in cost between using Greg or Mara's taxi service. All right, Molly, help me. Anything, what should I do? So how do I write that? What has to go next to the 2? All right, we'll use a P for per person. Abby, something else that's important on this one. Something else I should do. What? Okay, so Greg's company, so let's back up for a minute. This is Greg's. So Greg's company charges an $8 pickup fee, so that's where the 8 came from, plus $2 per person. So this is for Greg. Are we good with that? Okay. Now we're going to go to Mara's. Mara's company only charges $3 per person. Okay? So all I put is 3P for that one. That's all you have for Mara's. Okay, just 3P. Devin, what do you want to do with these? Okay, well, what word should I circle? It's going to tell me what to do. What else should I circle, Devin? And difference means to subtract them. So I'm going to put this in parentheses and put a minus. All right, so Ashley B, what do I do next here? Okay, so yes, 2P and 3P go together. So what's 2 minus 3? Good, negative 1P. Guys, is there anything to put with the 8? What do you do with it? Bring it down. So you can put plus 8 in front, or you can put 8, you put 8 in front or plus 8 in the back. Either one. So you could also have this, 8 minus 1P. Either answer. Okay. All right. Number 9. Starting on August 2nd, the animal shelter had 10 dogs and 9 cats. Each day, 2 more dogs and 3 more cats arrived at the shelter. Write a function showing the total number of cats and dogs X days after August 2nd. Summer. What should I circle? What does it want me to do? What should I circle? Okay, so let's circle what it's asking me to do. So it's asking me to write a function. Okay, so Summer, what is the function supposed to be about, though? The total number of dogs, cats. So total. And Stephen, what does total mean you're going to have to do? Add. Good. Okay, so you're going to have to add. All right, Tyler, what am I going to have to add? What am I comparing in this problem? What are the 2 different things I'm comparing? Good, dogs and cats. All right, Andrew, tell me about, I wrote an A for Andrew. All right, dogs and cats. All right, Andrew, tell me about dogs. Anything you know about them? All right, they start with 10 dogs. Good, Andrew. Start with 10 dogs. Ashley C., tell me anything else you know in this problem. Very good. They add 2 more dogs. When do they add 2 more dogs? Each day. So what do I have to put? To be, or you can put an X. I'm going to put an X since that's what they say, but I wouldn't count it wrong if you used a different letter. Okay? So 10 plus 2X. Good. Kaylin, tell me about cats. Good. So they add 3 more cats each day. So that's where the 3X came from. Okay. And Blake, what am I doing last? Okay. Any questions on those? All right. All right, here's the on your own.